We were looking at BATA India company and its fundamentals in part one of this fundamental and technical analysis series, episode 6. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend you look at that video. I'll share the link to that video in the description. In part two of the episode 6 of the fundamental and technical series, we'll look at um, uh, the trend analysis of BATA India and see if we have a good opportunity to get in as a long-term investor, as a swing trader, and as a intraday trader, right? So let's quickly take a look at what BATA India has to say. Now, if you look at the long-term trend of BATA India, and this is the monthly chart that we are looking at, it has a beautiful upward curve going all the way up. Now, it did see a down turn like all other companies in 2020, but it has been recovering gradually. Now, it's not recovering at the speed at which other companies in the platinum list are, but nevertheless, if you've looked at the fundamentals of the company, it's a good company and it has a long-term future and a short-term future. And I would say that it is a healthy sign that it hasn't completely recovered. It's giving us an opportunity to get in while it is recovering. And I'm pretty sure that will go up high. Now, if we look at the weekly chart as a swing trader, it tells us how the company is doing and if there is an opportunity for us to get in. Now, if you look at the weekly chart, it tells us how we are doing in the medium term and whether there's an opportunity to get in. Now, I see that there is a basing candle right here, which is a drop-based rally, and I see there's another basing candle here, which is a rally-based rally. And I see that there is another gap up here, which is another opportunity for us to get in. At this point in time, it is at 1574. And overall, the market is on an upward trend. So it's going to be very, very difficult for us to get an opportunity to get in. The price is not going to come down till here. Having said that, the RSI at this point in time is at 52.85 on the weekly chart, which is not very high, but it's not very low either. I wouldn't want to get into a stock unless the RSI is low, which is below 40, below 35 or 30. Yeah. So sometimes we have an opportunity, sometimes we don't. If we don't buy it expensive. We wait until the price becomes uh, cheap, becomes affordable for us, becomes where there is potential for the price to go up. What's the point in buying something if it is too expensive? So ultimately, it's an investment. So we will wait for the price to come down, or we will wait for the charts to create new levels for us where the RSI is low and where we are touching the Bollinger Band and where all the parameters are met. But we don't take that decision immediately. We take a look at the daily chart. We always take a look at two charts of two time frames and then take a decision. Having said that, it looks like we're not very far away from the truth. There is a nice basing candle over here. I think if the price does come down, then we will have a lower RSI. On the daily chart, the RSI is showing at 76.83%, which is extremely high. This is actually a price where you should be selling and not buying. So if you've not gotten in yet, then I would recommend that you wait until the price comes down to about, I don't know, let's take a look at 1442 levels. If I were to sell this stock, I would actually keep a target at, and luckily we are not doing we're not doing all-time highs, so we have an opportunity here to book some profit here because there's a possibility that the price might go down from here. But if you're a long-term investor, then it really doesn't matter. If you're a swing trader and if you want your profits to be coming in faster, quicker, in a couple of days, I wouldn't mind getting in at 1433. I wouldn't mind getting in at even 1479. I could keep the entry at 1479 because I see that there's a nice basing candle here and then the price has jumped up quite a bit and we are already on the daily chart. So 1480 is a decent price to get in. I would keep a stop loss at about 1452 and the target is already set at 1634. I think this looks very good for a swing trader. It's a 5:1 rewards to risk ratio. If the price does fall beyond 1452, then we get out. So that's the swing trader, but we don't do swing trading also looking at just one chart. So we go into 60 minutes and we see if there are any other levels that are there in the time being. No, I don't see any other drastic upward moves. There is one here, but I'm not very happy with it because, even if it does come down to that level, the RSI would not be too low. I think this is a decent price between 1479 and 1486. This is a very good level to get in. Um, I would keep an entry here somewhere between. I'll keep a stop loss somewhere around here, and then I'd keep a target. Well, I don't know. I can't see the target on a 60-minute chart because it is beyond the data that I have. But somewhere around 1641, like we decided here on the daily chart. Yeah, 1634. I think that's a decent target. Now, let's say that I'm not a swing trader and I'm not a long-term investor. I am an intraday trader. I would not look at these time frames because they are too high for me. I would go and look at a lower time frame, which is 15 minutes, and see if I can find something here. Now, the price is jumping up and down at decent levels. This is actually not a bad price to sell, but the trend is upwards. So I'm going to set my. So I can't find any decent supply zone here. I see that there is a decent demand zone here. But the demand zone has been breached twice, so I don't find any demand zone here either. Maybe this one looks good, but this one has also been breached at least once. But I'll still go with this. I can put an entry line somewhere around here, 1554.4, a stop loss here, and I would keep a target somewhere around here. Yeah? Or I think this is too high a target, so 7:1. I don't mind keeping a 3:1 either. So 5:1 I'm getting. It's difficult. The DATR is 29 rupees, which means from 1554 to 1584. It falls within the DATR range. Yes. So this would be my rewards to risk ratio. Maybe I can take the stop loss a little bit lower just to make sure that we don't hit stop loss for no reason whatsoever. And 1:3 ratio is also quite decent actually, matter of fact. So um, well, I'm having trouble pulling it up, but you get the idea. I would adjust my stop loss a little bit, and based on that, I would come up with a decent trade. Yeah, the trend is upwards. We never go against the trend when it comes to any kind of trading for that matter, whether it's swing trading or whether it's intraday trading, or whether it's long-term investments. We always go with the trend. So if it is falling, then we take short trades. If the trend is upward, it's rallying, then we always buy and then sell it. Uh, that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope that you like the content that I have presented here, and I'm always looking for feedback. Do let me know if you have any ideas that you'd like for me to cover. Other than that, I wish us all the best, and I hope we make a ton of money on the stock markets. Have fun.